Like that.
You can help your life through music therapy. Give it a try and you'll surely see life is symbolized by the life tree. And truly happy you will be. I was in pain and now I'm free. Helped by music therapy. Now I am truly happy. So my expression is truly free. Music therapy, happy you will be. Music therapy, of pain I'm now free. Music therapy, happy you will be. Music therapy, in pain I am now free. So listen closely and listen to me. Your life is better with music therapy. It works, trust me, you will see. Your life is better with music therapy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you, Robbie Stingle, for that amazing song that you wrote for me. And I'm laughing not at that, but I was laughing because I had the mics muted and I was talking already. And look, what's up, Brent?
What up? Hey now, Laz.
What's up, Janice?
Not much.
How you doing? Same old, you know, just trying to squeeze in these YouTube shows and then have a life at the same time, but it's all good. Can't complain. Had a really nice time yesterday with some friends over. Still haven't had the time to figure out how to unblock people from the chat that were blocked a while ago, but we're gonna unblock them because, like I promised, I would just have them on timeout for a little while and then bring them back. So, and I'm sure they'll behave. Anyway, but let's just try to be nice to each other. And we'll go on from there. But yeah, we were hanging out a little bit in Charles's show, Charles and Seth doing their guitar safari. They were talking about some cool stuff, right? Oops, I just bumped my...
That was very good. I liked it.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I like their show. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, this show's a lot of fun.
Right? And yeah, we got to get together with Seth sometime, Brent, because he lives in the area.
Yeah,
We
totally,
might have
man.
to do
Absolutely.
a guitar safari over there to the Marin County area.
I'm down.
He's over there. Or we can try to convince him to leave that area, which who'd want to leave that area once you're there, right? It's beautiful. But maybe we can get him to join us for like I don't know, like a reels guitar and lobster hang, something like that we've been talking about forever.
Yeah, he was
right?
talking about. I mean, it sounded like a good idea to have him bring some guitars over to your place and demo a few guitars and make a video too. You know.
Yeah, I got to get this place set up right so we can do that kind of.
Well,
that's
it's
what I've
close.
been wanting to do. It's close.
It's not
very
far away.
Well, I'm having a little cup of coffee with Ned here.
It's not apple juice.
Johnny B. No, not apple juice. Not this early in the morning.
Okay. Just checking.
Anyway, I'm using the funny little boxes. Why not? Welcome everyone to the Music is Therapy show, and we're doing what we decided last time. It was so much fun, and people had a really nice reaction to it. We're doing a monthly Q&A. What do you guys think about that? And I don't know how many people hate these things or like these things, but you know, it's one of those things that came out of the Johnny Bean show. It's a lo-fi thing. It's kind of silly and fun, but if it makes you nuts, just let me know in the chat. No, I'll try to contain myself. Usually on this show I don't use it much, but on the other show, which is a gear and demo show on Thursday nights, and then Johnny's shows constantly on these things. We're using them for everything, like this one, like if you got an idea. Or if you gotta spend some money on some new gear, right?
That's the money one.
Yeah, that's the one. Unfortunately, I still haven't gotten a battery, Janice. That's the best I got for groaning moan for you.
For Johnny, I should buy you.
Oh, there you go.
I think those are too big.
No,
I think those.
they're
They're the right size.
LR44.
Okay.
I found that out.
Oh, you found out? Okay. I can take them out of here and show you that. I think they're the ones that go in here are the more tinier ones. Even they're like the size of not even that big, like a pinky nail, not a thumbnail. But let's say hi to everyone in the chat, and then we'll open it up to questions from you guys, because I can even ask questions, right? This is Q&A. Anyone can ask a question. And we've already got some people asking questions, but Paul McNary first went in with a happy face.
Hey, now, Paul.
Happy face. What's up? And I responded right away. Hobarodi also here. What's up, dude?
Yo.
Yeah, he's been dealing with moving some stuff around the barn, trying to declutter things, right? Decluttering. What was it that Holly was saying? Use words like declutter, #declutter, and then you'll get 20,000 views, because people want to know about decluttering stuff. I guess purge is not a good enough word. I got to say, I'm going to declutter the studio. And people will come watch anyway. And then we got Lucas of the L&M Guitar Corner. Safari Raid, what's up? Sorry if you're raiding and we're not seeing you raiding. I'll figure it out, you guys. I'll unblock you, because the thing about this YouTube community thing is that, just like in real life, people don't always say the right things, or they might make a joke that might not be appropriate, but in certain circumstances, but probably wasn't meant to really be hurtful per se. I don't know. So but sometimes we have to try to rise above these things, give these people a chance
to redeem themselves.
Yeah, and they've sent me messages, and we've talked, and but I've got to find the time to.
Possible.
Right. Yeah. And right, Janice got the hammer. She's gonna bring the hammer down, so it'll be good. But check out Robbie Stingle. You see that scrolling across the bottom? I should have
I got the magnifying glass too, so I can see everything.
Oh, that's real helpful. An Octopus Ears has got a swimming elephant there in the pool. That was pretty cool. And then we got Ryan Hall also here. Laz, is the Frankenvan still giving you trouble? Yes, the Frankenvan. I don't know if you guys know about cars, but what happened is I'm driving on the highway. Everything's going strong. No problems at all. Just zooming right along. Suddenly, I see the speedometer go like, how you're at 80 miles an hour, and all of a sudden went like that. And then just died. The engine died. I couldn't restart it. It was like trying to restart in neutral, but I was zooming along at 80 miles an hour. So I was in the fast lane, of course. Where I like to ride. And immediately I got across lanes. Thankfully I wasn't during like the heat of traffic. It was like around 7 o'clock already at night, coming back from work, and I was getting near home, so I wasn't that far from home, so I was able to get it towed to my local auto mechanic. And I have a feeling it has something again to do with the computer. The computer is failing me. So
you need a fusible link.
Yeah, right. And we got Martin here from L&M Guitar Corner also raiding in from Safari Land. Sean Hawkeys, what's up, peeps? Right. And I'll unblock you guys at some point. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll get Trev to help me unblock himself.
What kind of car is that? What kind is the Frankenvan?
It's a Dodge. It's a Dodge B2500 family wagon that my uncle converted into a work van. And then he also used it to tow his Four Winds boat that he had. And I think he took it out maybe once or twice a year, which was kind of a shame. I wish we went out on that thing more often. But, he was one of those guys that was always working all the time. Kind of familiar story, right, Brent? But
sounds familiar.
Yeah, that happened to my.
I guess it's in our Hungarian genes.
I had to carry around fuses. Whenever it happened, I had to go into the car and unscrew it and put the fuse in, and then the car would start.
Might be something like that. It could be something as simple as that. But I've never seen anything like that happen where the speedometer went whoop, 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 whoop. And then it just, it was weird. It wasn't a battery cable because I was able to crank it. It was cranking, but it wasn't. And what happened last time with the vehicle too is it just wouldn't start. And we couldn't figure out why it wouldn't start. I thought maybe it was gas or something, but it wasn't the gas. There was something wrong with the computer. The computer had finally gotten old and failed, right?
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say
they
cam
replaced
position
it, but I
sensor
don't.
is the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah, what was that?
The cam position
Couldn't-
sensor.
Okay, so it could have been something like that. It could have been anything to do with, anything to do with the engine running, right? And
But those sensors go bad, and once they do, it'll totally stop your engine, even though it's a very kind of small
yeah,
part.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll do that.
And there are lots of little things, yeah, right? Frankenvan is shut down, broken down, right?
Having
What's
trouble
up, CC?
with my tire pressure sensor monitor. It goes haywire.
Hmm.
It'll tell me that my tire pressure is low when it's not.
We got Quentin James Hyundai.
What's it look like, Quentin?
What's up, dude? Hey, kids. That's his thing. Rhodey's Jam Cave also here. CC.
Rhodey.
Right on, dude. The Church of Robbie Stingle, right? I saw the band The Church recently at the Great American Music Hall. We saw Eric Johnson.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
right?
That was
And,
still one of the best concerts I've ever seen. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, that guy's. It's hard not to, say that guy is one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, there's just
Right.
no one else that could have done what he did that night.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Yeah,
it was incredible.
That's the thing.
And I was really
Right.
worried that the show was going to be kind of boring by the end. Like, okay, we get it. You're really good. It wasn't. It was so dynamic the whole way through. It was great.
Right. Yeah, I got all these little buttons here I'm going to mess around with. Check it out. 10% off Black Mountain.
There you go.
Go check out Paco's show. Paco's band. Got this one here. Johnny Bean. Follow him on YouTube. You guys all already know that guy.
Apparently, that was an imposter, Quentin James.
Oh, well. How would we know? AI is taking over the world. Yeah. So Cece says, good Morgan, everybody. And so let's open it up, you guys. I don't know what questions you might have, but the first question of the day so far has been, what happened with the Frankenvan? So the Frankenvan, if you're new to the show, if you're new to my channel, I have this van that a previous member of our community, or he's probably still a member of the community, but maybe he's part of a different community now. He did a photoshopped mock-up of the van with stripes on it, like the Eddie Van Halen kind of, eruption guitar, right? And I've been wanting to get the thing painted and striped up and all, and I actually I have the pinstriping right over here, this like wide tape, like pinstriping vinyl tape and stuff. And I bought another, size like that, and then another size like that, so I can do the proper sizing. And there's like plenty of footage of it. There's like 30 something odd or more feet per roll, so there's plenty of tape to do it all, I believe. But I wanted to get the thing painted first. But then I was talking to the guy that I was driving in the tow truck with, and we were chatting. He's a really cool guy. And that's the picture on the thumbnail, by the way, is the tow truck picking up the van. I'll put it up on the flatbed truck, right? Hey, Marcia Murray, what's up? And Murray or Murray? Murray. Okay, that's cool. Every indicator light, come on, that's funny. But yeah, so what he told me is, why don't you just get a vinyl wrap? It's cheaper. And I'm like, well, the difference between my older 96 van and cars today is you can more easily vinyl wrap cars today because the way the doors go, to the frame. This one has like a funky little like water kind of trough ridge around the top of it, right?
Yeah.
The way, and I don't know how that would work. I might be able to get it up to that, but I can't wrap over. So maybe I can just go up to that.
Yeah, that's
have it vinyl wrapped,
like,
right?
You wouldn't really see it. It would just.
But that might be way cheaper to do it, and you can actually do it like this guy was saying. Oh, you could do it online. You just order it online. Just I don't know how, but you order the vinyl wrap thing online. You do it yourself. I'm like, what? So I don't know if that's even a thing or if that's even possible, but that might be a way cheaper way to do it than having it painted, because the thing's so old. It's gonna need like thousands of dollars of body work because of the rust. Unless I do it myself here and there. And there is the part I just wanted to also share with you all is that
then it'll be finished in 2035.
Exactly. I was just gonna get into that. So after our trip to these wonderful places we're going to, which is mind-bendingly challenging to organize, by the way. If it was just my sweetie and I going, we could just, backpacks, roll, maybe I'm making it more complex than it needs to be, but
Well, it's not like you're
I'm
just going a couple places. You guys are going a lot of
we're
spots.
going to like a lot of different places in 3 different countries, and getting around is just mind-bendingly, complex, especially trying to find a Spanish-speaking, person to guide us along the way everywhere. If it was just her and I, we wouldn't need that, so that makes it simpler. If it was just her and I, it wouldn't be 6 people, so that makes it easier, because you get any size car, 2 of us fit in it. You get 6 people, and several of them are bigger.
Are you
What
going
you
with a
gonna
group
do?
of
You got to get a
people?
van.
You're going with a group of people?
Well, my sweetie sister, who also visited here with her husband, she visited twice. She brought her daughter one time, wanted to come to Disneyland for her quinceañera. So Dariana, my sweetie's niece, well, I call her my niece too. She's now in the Navy, in the Peruvian Navy, believe it or not, which is pretty cool. Young woman, doing very well. But her dad, Wilson, who I call the Bruce Willis of Peru. If you ever meet this guy, Brent, you're gonna see what I mean. He's got the same kind of sense of humor, his mannerisms, the way he talks, even though it's in Spanish. It's like his way he talks. It's like the guy. It's like he's the Peruvian, Bruce Willis, and he's a badass dude. You know what I mean?
Right
The
on.
commandante of 3 police stations, now retired though. Commendations and stuff from the country. I saw the Presidente, giving him a special medal of honor and stuff.
Damn.
But the guy's no joke. Yeah.
Sounds like
But
he's
he's a
better than
fun
Bruce
guy.
Willis.
He's my sweetie calls him, well, him, because one of our parts of the trip in Egypt, the guy says, hey, if you guys don't mind, we have these 3 Colombian women that could join your group, and they were wanting a Spanish speaker, and I hope maybe that would work out for you. And Wilson's all like, yeah, bring the women, the Colombians, maybe what's her name, Shakira, is gonna be with us. And so my sweetie's like, oh, Wilson, you Don Juan, she calls him, he's a Don Juan. And I'm like, yeah, maybe we don't want those women coming along with us, because it's just going to distract and create problems on our trip, because that guy's a little out of control. When we were in Sedona, he wanted to get up on the horse kind of statue thing that's in the middle of Sedona there, and it says don't cross the fence, and he's trying to get up on it, and I'm like, Wilson, you can't do this in America here, they'll arrest you. He picked the flower in this one like part of the trail, and there's a sign that says endangered and don't touch and whatnot, and he picked it for his wife and gave it to her. I'm like, ah! And then like right after that, we see a ranger walking, and I'm like, oh my god, I think they're gonna give us a $1,000 ticket or something like that. So these kinds of things have happened. Hey, Rico B, what's up? Yeah. So what I was getting at is they've been on trips with us before, and they're wonderful people and a lot of fun. They've taken us to places too, and we went with them to the Vichaito Beach, which is just south of Mancora, which is a famous surfer beach in Peru. It's like one of the best places for surfing, and they have lobster, very, very good lobster out there. And so yeah,
I've heard Peruvian food is fantastic.
Oh man, Peruvian food is amazing, right? My sweetie made some yesterday for our friends. She made the arroz con pollo verde, which is like a cilantro-based sauce with chicken in rice and with peas and carrots, and it was so amazing. And then I made palachinta for dessert. You guys know what palachinta is? The French stole it from us, but it's crepes.
Okay.
I always joke about that. Who knows who first invented that, but it is a staple Hungarian, snack that is amazing. And anyway, so I made a lot more palachinta than we all could eat last night, but it was a lot of fun. And yeah, man. So Rico B's answering something here. Janice, not sure where you are, but a tire shop like Discount Tire might be able to help. The tire sensors fail, the batteries can die, and then they replace them. There you go. So that makes sense.
Let's try
right?
that.
Yeah. Well, how old are your tires too? Because maybe your tires are old.
I don't know. They've been on the car since I bought the car a year ago, and it's
1 year ago.
It's
okay. 2012. Oh, that's pretty old. usually tires don't last 10 years or more. I don't know if you know, but the rubber gets old, and even
Yeah,
a
you're
few
supposed to
years
replace
treads,
maybe
that's
like 6
probably
years,
unsafe.
5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 years is usually like Michelin tires. You might be able to get 5-6 years out of a good Michelin tire, but 10 years,
You know,
you're lucky.
usually you get the paperwork. The person selling the car will include their history of work done on the car, but there's nothing with that one, so I don't have
Yeah.
any idea.
Mm. Oh, so you don't know, but you bought the car in 2012.
No, I bought the car last year.
Last year, but the car's a 2012. Okay,
Right.
now I'm getting a clearer picture. So it may not be
Gotcha.
that. Yeah. Yeah. The
Mike
tires
Olson,
might not
what's
be
up,
that
man?
old.
Hey, now.
But I'll
Yeah.
do that
Mike
way to go.
Olson, what's up?
That's a better
Mike
place
Olson.
to go.
So
Experts.
right on. So do either one of you guys have a question for me, or does anyone else have a question in the chat? This is a Q&A show today. We're going to do this monthly Q&A on the Music is Therapy, and Brent had like some show and tell, as does Janice. So if you guys are curious about that, we can open it up with some show and tell. I'd like to know, what is that guitar that you have, Brent? And that'll be the first question.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, it's my new carbon. My new old carbon. It's I don't know the year because it's harder to date carbons, but I think it's around 2010, 2008 to 2012, somewhere in that range. But it's the guitar I showed you guys last time.
Hold it up, slow, go slower. Down, down, down.
Very nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I love the matching headstock thing too, and I think those headstocks are kind of cool. I don't know if people have a love-hate thing with them, but to me, it kind of looks I don't know, it's kind of like a crest kind of a look, kind of like a, oh, there you go. A little loud. Let me know how that sounds, people. If it's too loud, let me know. Yeah.
And I'm playing through the new fuzz pedal I just got, the Analog Man NKT fuzz. I'll show it.
Oh, so this is the Sun Fuzz, NKT Sun Face Fuzz? Is that what that is?
So this is a crank.
Oh, turn it down. Turn it down a little. It's loud.
But it sounds better that way.
Well, yeah, but it's gonna clip the thing. It's clipping.
It's kind of just your instant edge of breakup tone if you want it.
Yeah, it's clipping a little, just so you know, it's a little loud for the mic. I don't think you can hear me when he's playing.
I mean, I can hear you, but there's not much I can do about it right now.
Oh, you can't? There's no way to like take the volume a little down? Okay. Sounds good though, man. So can I give away some information about you, Brent, that's happening this month?
Sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys didn't know, here, let me try to do it like this. This will be kind of fun. We'll just create one, right? Oops, no, that's not what I wanted. Gotta rewrite that. Let's see. Oh my God. I don't know what's happening here. Where'd it go? It's funny, like I touch something and then everything goes all over the place.
My fingers already hurt. I've been playing all morning while watching the other shows and hanging out.
Oh yeah, because you've been playing while you're hanging out, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think I figured it out here. Scroll across the bottom, save, and let it scroll. Woo!
Oh, there you go. Hey.
So it's Brent's birthday this month.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Right? Early birthday, end of September, the 25th.
Hey, Dogpaw, what's up, man?
So you're a Libra like me.
Yep.
Right on. You guys can celebrate together. We'll do a double celebration. When's your birthday?
I'm an October Libra, though.
Oh, okay. So when
in
the beginning, though, right? Before I leave for my trip, I'm leaving on the 7th. And we do have a house sitter. So just for you all out there, we're going to have a house sitter that's going to stay at our place and watch Limon, so we'll have someone actually sleeping and staying here and watching over the place, which is nice. I've already talked to the Russian guy who's a wrestler, and he's this Russian guy used to be in the circus and stuff, and he's buff and he's a wrestler and stuff. He's also going to keep an eye on things, so don't get any ideas while I'm gone. we will have people watching out for the place. Hey, Nelson Rodriguez, he made it. What's up? Don't touch that, Les. Yeah.
Dogpaw's going
Yeah, I
deep
said hi
on
to
his
Dogpaw. Right.
build though. It says guitars in the shop. Dumped a fortune on the neck, heel shave, stainless steel fret, refret, and refinish.
Nice. Dang, dude. That sounds awesome. We got to see that. You know, one of the things that the Gear and Demo show has been in the past and can be is anyone that's in the chat or in the community that might want to show off some of their gear.
That'd be great to start seeing people's gear on there, you know? That'd be cool.
Right, because you've been doing it. And Janice, you've got something you can show us in a little bit further into the show here. But tell us a little more about the guitar. And why do you love it so? And this is part of the music is therapy thing. If you don't understand, if you're not a musician and you don't understand the connection that a person can have with a guitar, I have a much deeper connection with my guitars than like, for example, Brent does. He says, just a piece of wood. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's more than that.
It is
it's a
more
connection
than that.
to my soul.
But every guitar is.
That's true. But each one is special.
This is what I like the most about this. If you're talking to me about this
right,
guitar,
there you go.
I could show.
Oh, nice.
Super low action.
Oh,
yeah,
the
carb
action is
with
amazing.
the super low action on there.
Yeah.
What's actually allowing me to do that is the bridge here. It's hard to see, but there's actually a cutout underneath the bridge that allows you to drop the bridge below the body. So
interesting. Oh yeah, look at that. So you can like deep. Yeah. What do you call that?
Yeah, you can kind of see it there. How you can drop it below the body, so you can get it as low as you can. And I didn't realize it was set up that way at first until I, needed to drop it lower, and I was like, oh, I could just keep dropping.
Look at that.
It looked like at first, because you can barely see it, but it looked like it was resting on the body, but it's not. And I really like this guitar. The stainless steel frets on it, they'll never wear out. And
right. What kind of strings are you playing on that? What did you replace them with when you got it? Or did
I haven't replaced them yet. The guy that had it before me just never played this thing, so the strings were fine. They're 10 to 46. I can feel that, but I don't think I'm going to change the string gauge. I have it set up in E flat right now, and they feel nice. Feels really good. And I had this guitar. I still technically have it up for sale, but I've kind of decided to not sell it.
Good for you, man.
I'm gonna. I have something else I'm gonna sell instead to make up some money.
Right on.
I'll have my guitars, my lineup set.
Cool. Yeah, and if you're out there watching, Trev, and you'd like to, take part in the chat, I'll give you a jingle or something after the show, and you can help me kind of unblock you guys to figure that out.
Yeah,
I tried to go into YouTube Studio to figure out where it's at or how do I do it, and I'm like, God, I don't know where it's at. It might be here on I think it's in YouTube. It's not on StreamYard, right? You don't do that in StreamYard, do you?
I don't think. No, it's
also
YouTube.
even some in your Google account.
I'll figure it out.
There's a way to do that in the community of the Google account.
Yeah.
And I haven't had a hardtail guitar in a long time, and so the way it stays in tune is pretty incredible. I'm used to playing strats and stuff with a floating bridge, and they stay in tune great for the most part. But especially when you lube everything up and all that, but just a hardtail just doesn't move. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, Brent doesn't buy too many new things either. What? Sorry,
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say Hoborodi's saying that he hasn't bought anything new aside from a guitar strings and patch cables. Just ordered a Squire Bass 6, but I have to wait for the purple paint to dry or something. So that might be some new kind of thing.
Bass 6s are cool.
Yeah, but
really cool.
For the most part, like
writing music and coming up with riffs and stuff like that. Sorry.
No, that's all right. I don't know anything about it, so I'm gonna look into that because I like bass too. But what I was gonna say is, as far as I know, Hoborodi, I don't think Brent buys too many new things either. He's usually buying some really cool used item. And right now, I think the used market is just killer. It's like if you want to buy stuff now is a good time to get a price, even from me. My purge.
That Sunbender I just sold, that red Sunbender I just sold. I sold it for around $300, and there's a couple of them up on Reverb right now for $250. You know, it's just indicative of the market right now. It's like,
Yeah.
even
Right.
just a few weeks ago, you could have got a little more for your stuff, but people are really buying right now, because the deals are good.
Yeah, it says Ryan here says that he thinks that I have to go into each one account and unblock each one at a time. We'll see. I don't know. Oh, I can even ask Johnny about it. I sent Johnny a join the chat here too thing, and he knows that I'm gonna be unblocking these people because I'm gonna basically it was a timeout thing, but whatever. I think too much drama has been created around this stuff sometimes, and I don't like drama too much. So. But the bottom line is, yeah, man, it's cool to have new gear. I have that new pickup that I want to put into, and Johnny and I were talking about this. Maybe I'll have him bring one of those
One second.
guitars. That thing. The Eruption treble, meaning humbucker bridge pickup. Very cool looking and quality looking pickup there. Overwound Alnico 5 pickup, right? And the idea is to drop that into one of these Kramers, right? Oh, there's Johnny. He just woke up.
Right,
Hey, man. Join the show.
Mighty fuzz.
Right on. So those are rare, those NXT or NKT.
The NKT fuzz.
Circuits. Yeah.
It's the transistor.
Yeah, CC.
NKT.
Yeah, CC. That's exactly what we're talking about. I was wondering if you'd be okay with. Let me ask you a question. It's a Q&A show. Let me ask you a question, CC. Would you be okay with me painting stripes onto that guitar? Because what I thought about doing is, we can do a 5150 stripe up of that thing because it's white. We can, put tape over it and spray the red, and then spray the black. And there you go. Then we'll have a 5150 with that Kramer pickup in it, and then we'll drop a Vega trim in there to make it like a Leica.
He said,
like
do
a
it, do
Floyd. Yeah, he says, yeah, man, do it. Right. And then I don't know. We'll see what we're gonna do with it after that. You can even let Johnny Bean keep it if you want, or give it away to the people in the community when I hit 1,000. Because I'll be dropping a $250 Vega trim in that thing. It's worth more than the guitar. But that would be cool, right? And then the pickup too is $120, so I'll be putting $370 into that thing at least. So it's a lot of money. But it would be pretty cool to make that like a big giveaway kind of thing, or we can auction it off if there's some way to auction it off.
That's
and then
what I would think would be the way to go.
Auction it off and then take that money and give it to the people suffering in Maui or something like that, because that was something I wanted to do. And it doesn't matter when you send that money to those people are going to be rebuilding for a decade, man. I mean, the destruction that happened there. It's kind of like what happened with Charvel. Remember, Charvel had a shop in Paradise. Oops, I keep bumping that thing. And I sent him money a couple times because I appreciate what Robert Wayne Charvel did for music, and for guitars, and it was sad to hear his shop burnt down. His home shop, his little custom shop.
Yeah, I just don't have the money to really help with a bigger problem like that. I did though donate recently.
It was $20 twice.
Oh, okay. If you saw Amanda Peters's fundraiser she started, I donated to that because that was something I
did. I think I donated $40 to that. What are they called? They did a GoFundMe for that.
Yeah, for a girl that was a victim of domestic violence, and I donated to that, and I try to help when I can, but it's not easy to do.
Yeah, that's the thing about any of these kinds of donations, you don't have to be a big donor, because this, spread the word is one way, and donate a little bit. I've always done the in March, there's always the multiple sclerosis thing, and we're gonna test it out. So maybe, hey, Cece, what I'll do is maybe I'll have Johnny bring that guitar by on Monday, and we'll discuss, striping it up as a 5150. I'll see where I can find the right paint colors.
I'm
If you guys
learning
know
about
that
that
stuff,
in my
and I'm
biopsych
pretty
class.
good with that stuff. I'm a good finisher. I actually do that as a living. So I do high end like refurbishing or furniture and kitchen cabinet refinish work that I use Mohawk brand, and I went and talked to them when they were at NAM too. They were super cool. I've got some NAM swag from them too. They actually had Mohawk brand picks, you know. That was pretty cool. But yeah, they make a really high quality product at that same level of like StewMac kind of stuff, right?
Cool.
But if anyone here knows, of the right color paints or what kind to get, I've heard Duplicolor as a brand come up when it comes to trying to get a similar color to Eddie's 5150. So that's what we're going to be looking for, is getting that 5150 thing, and then I'll shoot it, I'll paint it, and we might even do like I don't know if it makes sense to do like a clear coat over that to protect the stripes or whatnot, or if it's just striped and that's it, and you just leave it like that and let it wear out. But the idea is to make that into a 5150, and we're not going to strip the finish off there. I'll just light sand the shine off of the poly, and then we'll shoot over that, and then maybe shoot over the top of everything with some kind of a maybe a semi-gloss or some lacquer. It'll be lacquer finishes though. Hopefully that doesn't react with the poly that's on there already, but I think it'd be fine. I could test it out on something else, but yeah. Yeah, it's a great time to buy used gear. Ryan, give me a call. Make a deal. I am letting go of, some of the items I'm not letting go for what I paid for is because the market's prices. I'm not going to sell it for less than what the market's asking. Just like you wouldn't sell stock below its value, and I'm not going to sell guitars I own below their value either. But whatever today's market value is, but it's still more than what I paid for them, right? And we'll see. But pedals and stuff like that, I'll sell those things at below or at what I paid for them, because I did get some of them at a good price. I got some of those, not several. So I've got several good pedals that I bought at a good price. So yeah, I've got to put all that stuff after the show today. Actually, that's kind of what I'm going to be doing, is taking pictures of pedals and stuff like that too. And yeah. So the Green Kramer, good question, Blackjack Guitar. I still want to finish the striping on that thing, because that was kind of a project I wanted to do, but I might sell it just as is and not do that. I just have to put the neck back on. Basically, that's all I did, was take that off. But yeah, and restring it. So if somebody's interested in that, reach out to me, because I'll sell that at the price I paid for it. I paid like what, about $1,000 for it with tax and all. So because I think those go for like $1,300, and it was funny because at the time we thought there was something wrong with it, but it was just that they either after market they shot the finish on it like that on the headstock on the back of it, or maybe that's just the way they are done in the factory. But at first we thought there was something wrong, and it's like, no, it's just the finish is satin on the neck, and then they shot clear over the headstock because of the green on the headstock had to be gloss, right? And so they have like a skunk, or what do they call it? Not a stinger, but it's kind of a stinger, but it was kind of like not a cool looking stinger, but it's kind of like a stinger, but of shiny finish onto the satin neck. So it was funny. We thought there was something wrong with that thing. There's nothing wrong with it. So that was so kind of, I felt stupid after that. Yeah. So yeah, if you're interested in that, in the description on YouTube here, I've got my contact info. Just reach out to me, man. And for sure. Yeah, Docpot says guitars are like gold, not real values, imaginary, a game, nothing else. Yeah, there's some truth to that, right? I mean, look at people are spending millions of dollars on a hot for teacher Frankenstein guitar, 5150 guitar. What kind of guitar was that? A 5150 style, or trying to remember. No, that wasn't 5150 yet. So that had to be like some kind of but it was some kind of a Kramer, wasn't it? Wow, Cece, dude, this is exciting. Wow. Dude. He has the identical Jackson that you had when you were 14, your first. See, I wish I had my first guitar back. I can show you guys a picture of it. Recently,
I
I put
don't.
it on Instagram.
My
It was
first guitar is
stolen.
a piece of crap.
Dude, my first guitar that I bought for myself was sick. It was amazing. I was lucky that I went to get a PA system at Showcase in San Jose, right? And then I saw this thing there.
My first real guitar was Prestige Ibanez.
I saw that thing there for like $600. They were discounted because I think they had to blow them out because they were in trouble for using the headstock or something. But that's a Gibson, you all. That's a Wayne Charvel designed SR71 Gibson Super Strat, authentic Gibson Super Strat.
My first real guitar.
I'll never
was,
let them live that down. You know, I love
play
Gibson, but you know, I can't
My
stop
first real
making
guitar
fun
was
of that.
was an Ibanez Maxis.
Yeah.
Very high tech Floyd Rose type thing, much too sophisticated for my beginner quality, so I traded it in on something different.
Mm.
I just hated the pickups in the guitar I got, and I just could once I got to the point where I realized I hated them. I couldn't even. I changed them out, and I still didn't like the guitar. It was just like that's really what started my whole buying and selling and trading thing, because I was just like, I need to really find what I like. And
Yeah, and that can change over time too. Have you figured that
Well,
part out too?
not really. I mean,
well,
my
I mean, you're
taste stayed the
blues
same.
to
It's
like
all, yeah,
metally,
but it's
kind
all
of.
been carbons and Kiesels the last
That's
10
true.
years. You know,
That's true. Well, there you go. That's true. Outside of the Kramer that you had, the '84, right? That was a pretty
yeah,
cool
but that was
guitar, man.
just because it's special. That was special.
Yeah, that was a unique situation. You couldn't pass up having
And
that.
and
Just to
someone
have
offered
one,
me that trade. It wasn't like I sought it out.
right?
It was just like, you know what, that sounds like fun. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's the thing,
And it
Doc.
worked.
A lot of people complain about the Les Pauls and their weight and whatnot. You know, and it is a thing. I mean, you know, people complain about amps now and how heavy they are. I mean, back in the day, though, that was the Shiite, as they say, right? I mean, you really, that thing had the tone, man. That thing had the sound,
I
but
hate
they
to
were
be
heavy.
sexist. I hate to
Yeah.
be sexist or anything, but they should make an amp that's capable that a woman could handle it. The weight.
Oh,
Closest thing they have right now, I would say, is the Tone Master series from Fender. Those are super light.
Oh, really? Gotta check that
Yeah,
out.
super light.
yeah. For an amp that sounds great, that's solid state, and it sounds like a tube amp, the Tone Master series, absolutely, great pedal
William
power platform
DeSilva,
amp
what's
too.
up?
You can't tell the difference in how it sounds, and it's moving
Hey,
air at you.
These are
You know.
my notes. So this is my pad. It's all filled up with all my reminders on
Yeah.
X.
Nice. Yeah, they make a Princeton that especially is super light. I mean, it's already a small amp, but it's all solid state, and they're feather light. They use a neodymium speaker magnet, so they're super light.
Cool. Yeah, I was about 19 or almost 20 when I bought that white Gibson. And the reason I bought it is because it just looks so amazing white with the black parts, and, you know, came with that nice case. I still have the case. They just stole the guitar when they robbed our house in Oakland when we lived there. But yeah, I wish I had that guitar back. But I took it once for a setup after I sold it to my cousin Joe for $1 when I was married, and I told him if I ever want it back, you know, you can't sell it, and you're just kind of hanging on to it, and then I'll buy it back from you for $1. It's kind of like a Trading Places movie joke. But anyway, so I'm like, I want to buy it back from you for $1, even though they did like a bet in that movie, but it's kind of based on that idea. And so when I got divorced and moved back to California, I bought it back from him for $1, and it was in bad shape and needed work. So I took it to Griffin Stringed Instruments in Palo Alto or whatever. I think it's in Palo Alto. And they did a really nice job. And the young kind of shredder dude who handed it back to me when I picked it up, he's like, dude, this is the best freaking playing guitar I've touched in a long time. And I'm like, wow, thank you. Yeah. But it was an amazing guitar. Yeah. It was really very versatile too. You could
That's
switch the switches on or off on any pickup and then the top switch allowed you to go all humbucker or use that as an on-off if you use the humbucker.
That's nice.
It was really, really cool, very versatile guitar, and it sounded great. And it had EMGs in it, but it sounded great. It had a Kaler Spider bridge, but the way that thing was set up on that guitar at that time, you couldn't do that with Floyd because they would sue you or whatever, right? So if you weren't licensed with Floyd at that time. But bottom line is
Yeah, that was a
that
big
I never
no-no.
had problems with that bridge at all. I didn't have an issue, with tuning and keeping that thing in tune.
Yeah, you
Just
don't
like
see
it,
many of those.
yeah, it actually worked out pretty good for me. So, Robbie, where are you, man? I'm missing Robbie on the show here. He's probably busy writing music today. He's gonna do the Metalhead Hippie Show thing, I'm sure.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
a
you
lot
wanna
of
see
people are doing
mine?
some great collabs over
So
there.
you want to
Good.
see my guitar?
Yeah, let's see your guitar, Janice.
This is Court. I don't. I might have been speaking about it lately, but this is what I've got here.
All right.
Handy.
Give
So
us a
this
nice
is,
slow. Don't move it around too much, and hold it up nice higher, and let us get it. There you go. Oh, look at that. I like that the covers are a little bit more vintagey color white. Yeah, Court. And that looks
I
like
got
it's
this. Go ahead.
upgraded nut on there, right? It's got
Oh,
like
I
a
have no
Graphtec
idea.
nut, a
I
black
got this
Graphtec nut.
from my ex-boyfriend. We traded. I got this in a Westone bass, and I traded him my SG that I really didn't care for. And so
Cool.
this is mine now. And we've been in contact lately, and I hope that he doesn't want it back.
Well, the
No,
SG that you traded for, was that like an Epiphone SG or a different
A
brand, or
real
what kind of?
SG. Real
Oh,
SG.
you traded a Gibson SG for that?
Yeah. I
And
had
a
some
bass.
problem with it. I had some problem with it that
Oh, okay.
don't really want to get into right now. But
Yeah,
I'll tell you one thing. I've been noticing how nice this guitar is because
Court makes good guitars for the money.
Rhett Schull, he had this one video a couple of days ago where he was talking to this expert on how you test out a really good guitar, and or to test out the truss rod and stuff like that, where you put it you put your capo like on the first fret, and then you go like this to on the 12th fret, and you see if there's any like gaps in between the string and the fret, and it's perfect. So
Cool.
and I did go to a guitar setup shop, and I did learn how to set up a guitar. I did this guitar, and I also did my Squire Telly, and I did this one at home, and I did the one the Squire at the shop. And so I came home and I did this, and it was 2014 in February, and I haven't changed strings on either guitar since.
Wow.
Because it's had such great setups I did. So I really should be able to set up guitar really well, because I really learned good from a good person.
Yeah, that helps to
shop.
learn from the right people, right?
So he did all those things about what you got to do about the way that you look down the edge over here to see where if your radius is all matching up with your
Right.
with your things over here, whatever they were called. These things gotta match the
bridge saddles.
The bridge saddles. Yeah, they have to match what you got going on over here.
Yeah.
And
You even
that
have
kind of
these
stuff.
there are these like little radius gauges that you can even use to kind of help you with that too. So you don't necessarily have to just sight it, but some people just do it by sight like that. Yeah.
Hey, Janice, do you have a way to turn up your mic just a little bit?
Turn it up?
Just
Yeah,
a
you
little
can turn
bit,
it up
yeah.
a little bit.
Oh, because I lowered it. Let me go into the settings then.
I wonder if I
Okay,
could do it.
but that's about it on that guitar.
Yeah, I
But
just
I
turned
got
her
my-
up. I just turned
You did?
Janice up. Yeah, how's that?
Okay.
Better?
Brent, is that good?
It's way better.
Okay.
Good.
I just hit you up a 20% higher.
Well, I am way low in first place anyway, so
Yeah. No, that's good now. The last time you were like hot.
yeah, I guess I gotta get a happy medium there.
There you
Well,
go.
I've
Happy
got
medium.
I got my PA system here, my little PA 50 thing, and I've got my Yamaha DD11 right here. It's my See, it's my my drum machine. See that over there, right there?
Does that allow you to write drums, or is it just like an auto drum machine?
It's both.
Okay, cool.
See, you turn it on and you go into. You got that? This where.
With real sticks and everything.
Dogpaw's cracking me up.
And I play along with them during my my.
I just turned her up some more.
When I'm listening to Blamage.
Blamage, yeah.
My band, my
your favorite band.
My favorite band. I listen to them over here, and I play along with their drummer, and it really sounds pretty good.
That's always fun.
Cool. Right on. You know, Janice, the stream is pretty good, but you seem like you're probably running on a slower internet connection of some kind. Is that why you're blurring when you move, like trails?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. I'm on like a
Wi-Fi
1G stream.
Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah, that's cool.
Is that no good?
No, I'm just saying that usually I don't recall. Usually, like when you go like this with your hands, go like this. Can you see how it's waving? Like, do it again. See, you got trails.
Well, maybe we're
either that or I'm on acid.
Trails.
Oh, mushrooms in my coffee.
Tracers.
The mushrooms have kicked in.
The mushrooms are taking effect. No. Anyway,
I figure out how to do that. Then maybe I got too many devices on this one connection here.
Yeah, usually, like if you're streaming, you want to have anything else that uses the internet off, especially if you're not direct, like plugged into the wall. So in other words, I used to have mine, like I had a oh God, what do they call those jacks? I can't think now. Anyway, the one that you plug, the Ethernet cable.
Cable.
Yeah. I had a long one that was connected all the way to my modem into the room here, but now I don't need it because the Comcast Wi-Fi is so fast that I don't need it.
When I first came on to StreamYard today, that it's better to use the internet other than Wi-Fi connection on these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like that, like make it a wired internet connection, but I don't have that capability.
Hey Ryan,
on this one.
Check this out. Ryan, you're a Japanese connection from now on, dude. if we want to get like a guitar from Japan, his son will bring it back for us.
That's right.
Don't you got Molly Disney in Japan?
Yeah, I got him his. Should I show you guys pictures of when they received it?
Yeah, sure.
Show you guys that. Sure.
Well, Brent, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands when you do like that. So you're doing the same thing.
Oh, there's a little bit, right?
A little bit.
That's true.
And I'm plugged in. Yeah. My internet's not the best, but
let's see. Okay, Colonel Mully. All right. So here's a picture of when they received their Funko Pops.
Dogpaw, I had a friend that did a lot of that, and I took her to a chiropractor, and yeah, you can imagine how that went. She couldn't drive home. I had to drive her home.
So there's Tomoko and Colonel Mully, the Funko Pops. Later, it turned out that he says she never wears dresses or skirts, but he does wear shorts. So then he sent me this picture saying that he found out that he was able to make him online. So if he wanted to, he can order some new ones. And then what he would do is he would make himself like this. And then Tomoko would be like, oops, would be like that.
There you go.
So I'm like, well, order them, dude. He says they won't ship to Japan, though. I'm like, order them and I'll, ship them to my place and I'll send them to you again. It only costs $30 to ship it to him. So he paid for that and all.
Oh, that's not bad, really.
Yeah, not at all. I was surprised. I thought it'd be more. Yeah, there's Janice. So hold on. Hold it up, Janice. Let me.
Yeah, I guess to get it back in the box really, really good. So I'm leaning like I always lean.
That's cool.
So
You're leaning.
I'm more authentic.
you're playing a
really-
Gibson. It's pulling you down.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. I think I even tried to create a thumbnail of you, Janice. And I almost was going to use the Funko Pop version of you, but did you see the thumbnail today? The show's thumbnail?
No, not really.
Okay. Well.
I'll go back. I'll go into my my Instagram chat that you showed me.
So here's today's thumbnail, you guys.
Oh, I see it.
Wow, hold on.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. That looks really
I
nice.
got Brent there, I got me there, and then there's Janice.
That's nice.
But I was gonna do your Funko Pop as you, but I
No,
said
that's good. I like that.
maybe next time I'll do it for fun. I'm wearing my German hat, by the way, because Henning Skier Street is underway. I misspoke last time. I thought he already had it like underway, but I think now is the week when they're actually doing the stuff. So that's pretty exciting. I wish I was
didn't
there.
watch it, but I saw a video release of it.
Yeah, they did like a Sweetwater's there too. Johnny, by the way, Johnny Bean is now a Sweetwater affiliate member.
Oh, cool.
I tried to help him get that set up because I reached out to Evan, who's my guy, and I'm like, dudes, you guys got to get Johnny Bean as a thing. And remember when that stuff happened during COVID where he didn't get his EVH picks for the longest time and people kept complaining and he's like, where's my EVH picks? And Evan was like, but those videos, and he was always complaining about the picks. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's the internet, dude. You can make joke about these things. It's not like you have to take it seriously. But yeah, they got it to him eventually.
And that's probably the longest thing they've ever had, like the longest time it ever took them to ship something. They're so fast at shipping. It shouldn't
be.
That's
the thing. It just so happens that the cheapest items.
That's not the reputation. So
right, and that's why it kind of was like a thorn in his side. But it turns out he told me that Johnny Bean's actually his customer as well as mine. And I'm like, oh, that's ironic.
Who is it?
His name's Evan Meyer.
Okay,
Mayer,
not mine.
Mayer, MEHER.
I used to have a guy with the same name as me, but he left. It was Phil McKnight's guy, Brent, but he left Sweetwater, I guess.
Brent.
Yeah.
Right on.
I'm making my first thing on Reverb. I bought a third drum machine, and so he's having trouble getting his PayPal account to get his money to this. So I'm having my first issue with Reverb. I feel like I've really made it.
Interesting.
Have you?
What I found out with PayPal is you can't get. Sorry.
No, first time.
Have you talked to Reverb support yet?
No. Well, it's the sender's problem that he's having a problem because he has his account set up with PayPal, where PayPal sends him the money, so he'll be able to get the money to be able to ship it out. So he's having a problem with the PayPal account. So I have to wait.
But you usually have to ship it out before you get the money, though. That's usually how it works. So you need he would normally need to ship out the item, and then he would receive his money. And the only way to get a label like paid for through Reverb, you just buy the label through Reverb, and then they take that out of your the transaction.
What if he knows all that? I gotta email him to see if
otherwise you have to pay for the label out of your own pocket. But if you don't want to pay for it out of your pocket, the only way is to pay through Reverb, and they'll take it out of your earnings or whatever.
Because I already paid for the shipping into the purchase, and so I don't know how come it.
Oh, you included it into the price.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he says that if I don't want to wait, he'll refund me my money, but I don't trust this PayPal shit.
Yeah, the guy doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing either. So that sounds like a tough one.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be dealing with that soon too. So maybe I'll hit you up with some questions on that stuff too, Brent.
I've had a guy.
By the way, what are you doing tomorrow? If you're not busy, turns out that I have a free day tomorrow because the clients that I have said, "Oh, we're gonna have our day off tomorrow." So. And
I'm most likely going to be busy because I got school in the morning.
Oh, that's right. You have school on Mondays. Never mind.
But, I get out of school. Let's see, tomorrow at like 2:00. So,
Nah, that's gonna be way too late. Yeah,
oh wait, maybe. Hang on. Yeah, like 2.
no worries.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be too
I
late.
could just call you after 2 if I have questions.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I've had a lot of good
That's
luck
what I'll
with
be doing
Reverb.
today.
I mean, a lot of my strategy is really just making sure I have good pictures and good description, and just I always price it aggressively. Look what other people are posting theirs at, and see where mine stacks up, and just price it according to the condition and how everybody else is pricing
Right. I
theirs.
mean, every little scratch or ding or whatever you want to definitely zoom in on
you
and
got to
show.
divulge all
You
that.
don't
'cause
want to
people
try to
will be-
hide that stuff because that's
No.
trouble.
That's the last thing
That's
you
where
want to do.
people make mistakes doing that.
No, and people will freak out over that stuff, even if it's totally minor.
Mhm.
Like I had a guitar from 2006, and this was 2 years ago, so it was still a fairly old guitar, and I listed it in like very good condition or something like that, and there was like one ding on the back of the guitar, and I didn't notice it or didn't mark it, and the guy freaked out over it, and just like it was a big deal over something that I couldn't believe was a big deal, because I thought, like, it's a guitar from 2006. There's only one little ding on the back of it. I didn't think much of it. I was just like, this thing's in great condition for how old it is. That was my thought. But you gotta be careful about what people care about, I guess.
Right. Yeah. You want to be very transparent, as they say. Right.
Yeah. And even if it's not a big deal to you, it could be to someone else.
Yeah.
So
Somebody else could return it, and then you're dealing with a return for something that.
Yeah, and that's what I try not to
want
to
have that.
Returns, but
yeah, you don't want to return. You want to let them know. Yep. Oh, I finally set up two-step verification through YouTube. Probably should have had that a long time ago. Anyway, but yeah. So, any other questions, you guys? We're already past the hour. Hobo Roadie's kind of hinting to us all that there might be something else coming in the mail, which he already let me know about. I don't believe I get mail on Sundays, but if it's like FedEx or whatever, it might still come. But it probably isn't. But I think I have been. Sometimes they deliver mail on Sundays, but I don't think it's the postal service. So if it's coming by the postal service, it's going to probably be Monday.
Yeah, usually when it comes to deliveries on Sundays, it's only air mail. So stuff that's delivered by air will sometimes be delivered on Sundays, but if it's not, then usually not.
Right on. Ryan sent out a package. This Les might be getting something, Rhodey. Got to send him some knives.
Dog paws.
Did you send already, or you're gonna have something like that? The
Ryan
FedEx might. Yeah.
Ryan Hall, does their son play guitar? Is he a musician? Because Japan has some really good stuff going on musically. I was wondering if he, has seen very much stuff there.
I'll be home tomorrow, so Johnny Bean, if Johnny Bean can bring that guitar, that white CC guitar, then we'll get to work on that. Yeah.
My only issues I've had with FedEx are just they only show up whenever they feel like it. It seems like, for me anyway.
Oh yeah, I mean they say they'll send you a picture saying it was delivered when it wasn't. This is that's our system, and I'm like, well, what kind of system do you have where it gives me a message saying it was delivered when it wasn't? Because I'm freaking out thinking someone stole it now.
Right.
What kind of dumb system is that?
I had a problem with the delivery with the Blamage album that I had waiting for a month, and I finally did go through Amazon, and they connected me with the seller, so I got a refund. So cool. It's like sometimes the system does work. Very happy
my
about
niece
that.
Hurts just randomly sending packages out to the world. Someone is going to get something. We don't know what it is. Thank you very much, my niece Hurts. Well, anyway, so we've got some amp cabinets to build, Brent. If you're in the mood for that at some point, but
yeah, we could do that. That's easy stuff. Well, you just need the wires for it and a little bit of solder or quick clips, and you're good to go.
Yeah, and if you guys didn't know, Brent has a channel too, right? Kinda.
Yeah, kinda. I don't really post. Yeah, every once in a while.
So his birthday's this month, you guys.
Woo!
I got one too.
Send him some PayPal or money or something. Anyway.
One thing I I got to mention today, just because it's we live in America, even though it's not necessarily the right spot for it or whatever in this chat necessarily. But today, first day of football, well, technically, first
that's
Sunday
right,
of football.
Didn't
So
the Niners already start winning or losing today? Let's see.
Yeah, I was wondering if anybody's going to watch some football today. That's my question for today.
And tomorrow is a solemn day too.
SF 49ers.
Yeah, obviously.
What's happening?
Yeah.
I usually watch the YouTube recap of the games. That's how I do it.
I'm gonna go watch
San Francisco 49 news and rumors.
I kind of like this girl who's a what's it called, a Green Bay Packers fan. So I'm gonna go watch the game with her. I think.
Oh, cool! Right on.
Nice.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, San Francisco 49ers on YouTube.
I wish I could go hang out with people that I like, that are like in Chicago.
I usually just go look at the replay, so it's quicker.
I'm not a football fan either, but it's just, you know.
Pray that I make a Chicago connection.
Right?
Yes, I want a Chicago connection. Really bad.
Well, so that's the show, you guys. Any other questions? If you guys have a question for me or Brent or Janice or anything about this show, or if you have a suggestion, or if you'd like to see a guest on the show, I had been in contact with Metalhead Hippie about having him on, but I think it would be difficult to have him on a Sunday, and that's kind of the issue. So we might swap a Thursday for a Sunday, and do it like that. That might be possible. Does he do a thing on Thursday nights, Janice?
No, not really.
So we might be able to get him in on a Thursday if he's not working or something like that, but it should work out. We'll see. But
I had a kind of like a mental breakdown on the Thursday streams. I eliminated a lot of it, so I only watch you in Flipside Music now.
Hitman, Dwight Bailey.
It just got to be too much for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do know. Yeah.
So it's you and Flipside for Thursdays.
Cool. Flipside. Yeah, those guys are awesome.
So no offense to
You're
any
in
other
Denver,
people.
where I used to live out there. So I lived in Inglewood for a while and Cherry Hills for a while. When we first arrived in Denver, we lived up in the mountains in Evergreen. And then when I left from Colorado, we were living up on Lookout Mountain right above Golden at Sam's. I was living in a bar when I was 18 years old. It's crazy. Yeah, it was fun though. It was a fun side to it for sure. So Dwight's saying hi to everybody, and then we're all gonna say goodbye to everybody now. Knees, howdy brother. Everyone's saying hi to everybody. We're gonna say goodbye. And thanks, CC, for letting us mess with that guitar, and then we'll, let us know what you think you'd like us to do with it. Johnny's all for it, so that'd be fun. He'll do the soldering. I'll let him solder the
soldering
into it, the soldering. But yeah, if anyone wants to message me like what exact paint should I get, I know that they used like a Schwinn bicycle paint back then. I don't know if that stuff's still available, but I think it was something like desert sunrise or sunset or some color like that. I can't remember exactly, but I'm sure it'd be easy to look that up. What paint color?
There should be that info out there.
That info is probably, I think Duplicolor makes something that would work. And then we just have to put some tape over the white body and then spray the red on, right? And then we just have to cover everything except for where the black stripe would go, and then shoot it with the black. And then voila.
Have a great week. My knees hurt.
Voila.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks, man. Thank you, guys. And then we all know who's going to pop in at the end, right? Dale in the end. Dale Palmer at the end. Henning's got animals at the end.
First.
Sure.
On that top, it says stream this to your audience. What does that mean? Does that mean that if I do this, it'll go on my Facebook page or anything?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can. I allow the dual streaming. So if you have a channel and you wanted to stream this to your channel, then you would be able to stream it to your channel too.
I was a mongoose kid. My knees hurt. I had a mongoose bike growing up.
Dude, I did too. My first bike was a. No, that's not correct. My second bike was a mongoose. My first one was a panda.
Oh, I
probably never even heard of a panda, right? That was the 70s, man. It had like shocks in the front. It looked like a motorcycle. It was badass.
Okay.
And it was like a burnt orangey color, kind of color too.
I just remember this one time my friend had it. He broke his bike somehow, and his grandpa tried to weld it back together. And I tried riding this bike down this hill, and the bike literally just fell apart as I rode
Oh
down the
man,
hill.
that's funny.
It was kind of funny.
Yeah, back in the 70s, man, there weren't video games yet. So you went out and played. And we'd do things like we'd
Yeah,
get
man.
cardboard boxes and slide down grass hills on cardboard.
I was
or
everywhere on my
slide.
bike
I
when
mean,
I was
we
a
did
kid, man.
everything.
I rode all over
The
town.
mongoose, yeah. I had
Back
the
when you
mongoose
could
with
take
the
a
big
handful of
spoke wheel.
change and go to. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Back when you could have a handful of change, ride your bike to McDonald's to get ice cream, and you
Yeah,
know, like that
exactly.
was what I did, man.
Exactly. Did you have a big wheel? See, when we were little, we had the big
I
wheels.
did,
We'd
but
go
I
down
was
the
a
hill
big
on the big wheel
kid.
too. That was crazy.
No, I
It
I
had the
got
brake.
too big
and
too
go
quick, man.
like
I
that.
was 5'10" by the time I was like 8. No, I'm just kidding. But like I grew really quick, and so I was always too big for all the little toys. So as soon as I could ride a bike, that's all I did was just ride my bike all around.
Yeah. We got into the whole what we called BMX right back then.
Oh yeah.
And we would set up
Yeah.
jumps on stuff. I remember one time we set up a jump in the back of a parking lot of this saloon kind of bar in Brisbane where we lived here in California. And what's funny is there was this one kid. It wasn't funny when it happened because it was pretty tragic, but it was a little bit funny in a way that, oh my God, how did that happen? We came down a driveway that was across the street. So you came down and then you went across the street and then into this gravel parking lot. Gravel, okay? So we're going on off jumps over gravel. That's how stupid we were when we were like 10 or 11 years old or whatever, right? And this kid didn't have the right kind of bike. I think it just was too big for him or something. He came down and went up the jump like that, right? And he just started nose down. He didn't lift up. I don't think he's jumped before or something. And so he landed with his front tire, on the gravel, and just it flipped him over the bike,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And he's like this over the gravel, and he just had like t-shirt and shorts on in the summertime,
Yeah.
right?
I've been there.
He was like basically like blood was coming out of him everywhere. The guy was
Yeah,
just
man.
got
I had
tore
a
up by the
similar thing
gravel.
happen, but a
It was
different
horrible.
situation. You remember those Razor scooters, those little foldable scooters that had the rubber wheel?
The little, yeah.
I bombed a hill on one of those, just going as
damn.
fast as I could, tucked, just hauling ass down this hill. And there was a
Martian.
pretty sharp right-hand turn, and I didn't realize about 3/4 of the way down the hill, the wheels had melted. And so when I tried to make that turn, the wheels just melted into the road.
That's
and
funny.
I ate it.
Oh my God.
Same
I got
thing.
scars.
I had a white t-shirt on, and I was just covered in dirt and
No,
blood.
CC's got the Yamaha, man, the YZ80 two-stroke, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I got put on
I've got 3 scars on top of each other on my knee because of bikes.
Yeah. Oh man, I actually wrecked
3
doing
scars in
a
the same
tabletop.
spot.
Sorry. Oh, the same spot, yeah.
3 scars in the same spot, like they're all building up on each other.
Yeah, right.
Dang.
It becomes like padding after a while.
I got in trouble with my father because he found me riding my bike in the next town over.
Yeah, kids getting backed over on their big wheels. We remember when the big wheel finally came out with a brake, and then you can like go sideways and like that. We used to spin around with them and everything. It was crazy. We'd go down this hill and it was nuts what we used to do back then. But I actually did a tabletop over a jump over some. We had tires stacked up and we're trying to jump over and we're tabletopping, right? And it was probably my pedal, because it happened so fast, right? Got caught on the lip or something like that, and it just flipped me down like that. But then it ended up bending one of the other pedals, and then it made me want to design a pedal, because what happens, let's say this is your pedal, right? And it has those little teeth on each end, right? Well, one side over here got kind of bent up like that, and I noticed that one pedal, my foot always gripped in there really good because it was bent up at the end. So then I actually drew and designed a pedal. I still haven't seen anyone make one like this. Let me draw this.
I hate to break it to you, Laz. Anybody could have improved on those designs, on those
Right?
original metal spike pedals.
Right.
Those things
So-
tore you up.
The idea was,
Are they perfected now? than what we had before,
So
or the same thing?
versus the old way, they were like just straight like
Right.
this, right?
I got a couple pictures of me on some dirt bikes.
So
when I was
normally your
younger.
pedal, the normal way would be just a straight thing like that with the teeth on it, right? But when I bent one up, it was like that. So I thought, oh, why don't you do it like that on both sides, and it kind of holds your foot in. And yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad.
So
But
what is it like now?
bike road racers do like clip-ins, right? And I thought, well, this is almost like a clip-in because it keeps your foot from sliding off when you're going over
So
jumps and
what? So
stuff.
what do they got now? Is it the same thing now?
I don't even think anyone's ever come up with anything like that. And I was only 14 when I came up with the idea, and I said, "Mom, let's patent this." You know, I was gonna call it the claw, the claw pedal. Anyway, that was the idea. I always come up with these crazy ideas. Anyway, crazy ideas to end the show now after 20 minutes of running late.
That was a fun
Shimano, right? The
conversation, man.
Shimano.
That
Dude, I had
was
the
cool.
Shimano parts on my bike.
Back to the simpler days, man.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
The simpler days. All right, you all. So let's end it. Normally, I say, don't forget that the secret to tone is in your mind, but the feel comes from your heart. Put them together with friends and musical instruments and stuff. And yeah, I'm going to sell a lot of stuff. So if anybody out there is interested in any of the guitars up there, let me know. I'm probably not going to sell the Henning one, and I'm probably not going to sell this one, the EVH one, but I might sell the Schecter.
What about the Meteora?
I might keep that Meteor. I might sell that too. But the thing is, right now, the prices on Fenders is really coming down because they're overstocked everywhere. But I'll have to see what the value is on that. But yeah, I'm thinking of actually, if I do sell that one, I'll probably take the Vega trim out of it and put that Vega trim into CC's white guitar. That's what I'll probably do.
You know, my people
Yeah,
that
with the
I'm in
Staniac,
this,
man.
I'm in this
It's a great guitar.
chat on Facebook Messenger. My friend on that, you know, he asked me about all my expenses, and he says, you know, have you checked your budget lately and how much you spend? And so I checked out my budget, well, not really a budget, but how much I've been spending lately, and I'm really shortchanging myself because I really thought that I was poorer than I really am. So I got a lot of spendable cash that I didn't really realize that I have. So I may be doing a lot of stuff. Because I'm really happy now with my financial situation. Because I really did a good deep dive into what I spend, and it's not much at all.
Yeah, I've got more gear than I know what to do with.
$1,600 a month, and I make
stuff.
much more than that. And so
Yeah.
I'm really sitting pretty. So I'm very happy about all that.
Invest the extra money, Janice, in the AI.
Yeah, gotta do something good with it.
Quantum computing. Anyway, so
Rock on, everybody.
yeah, what is a budget, right? Yeah, that's something that I used to be much better at budgeting and doing that kind of thing because I actually studied for finance and all that stuff. And so I do know what I should be doing, but I don't.
I was really shocked because I thought I was spending a lot much more than I really do. So, you know, it's a good idea for you guys to do that.
Oh, absolutely.
I make
Budgeting
smart
is
financial
important.
decisions.
Yeah, that's what I
That
try
looks
to
like a
do.
really smart one.
You know, I mean, bottom line is that I don't want to lose money on any of the stuff that I've, you know, for sale. But if it's at the same price I paid for it, especially if it's fairly new like that Meteora, I like that guitar, but I'm not playing it.
Does it die?
I should be playing it. I'm not playing this stuff, so it's kind of stupid. I really want to. I'm thinking about doing, you know, minimalizing. I should do a video about minimalizing and decluttering. Holly was saying, use those keywords, and that's another thing I haven't been doing on my YouTube channel. I haven't been using keywords enough and posting.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Videos. I mean, I always put them, but I don't use the right kind of keywords, and that's another.
It could really impact your search.
That's the wrong one.
Or how people can find you.
Yeah, I have one good one coming. I mean, I have several really good ones. Dogpaw. That's the thing, is I'm going to sell a bunch of the good ones. But I have I don't know why it hasn't arrived yet. I think there's some issue going on with Valiant, or with the shipping. But I should have received the Valiant guitar already, so I'm not sure what happened. So I've already sent Igor a message, but
hopefully,
you know, I'm not gonna like pester them because they're in war right now.
Yeah, but you also got to get it before your trip, though.
Well, I mean, the thing is that does matter. Yeah, that's the message I sent them. Is, hey, I'm going to be going on a trip in about a month, and I got to know when that's arriving, because if it arrives while I'm gone, that's going to be a problem.
Or at
So
least
maybe I'll
you do
change
have
the
someone
address to
watching
my
your house.
brother's
It's
house.
good, but
I can change the address to my brother's place.
there you go.
Yeah, that way there won't be a problem. But if it doesn't arrive in the next week or two, I'm going to tell him, hey, if you haven't shipped it out, then don't ship it to this address. Send it to John's. And I actually asked him to send it to the local, closest, either FedEx or if they're using UPX, whichever shipping they're using, to have it held at their nearest pickup location rather than having it delivered here, because I don't want it delivered here. So anyway, we'll see how that happens.
Dog paw. I don't know if you're into carvings, but there's a sick red carving
Both.
like bolt that's at Guitar Center right now. It's only $800. 2 humbuckers, a Floyd Rose, and it's got a pointy headstock and stuff. It's pretty sick. I would check that out. I almost bought that before I bought this carve top.
Yeah, there's some good stuff out there. Steve from Boston was even talking about this. Well, yeah, prices are really softening for used gear out there, and that's because a lot of people bought a bunch of stuff during COVID, like me, that are finding I don't need this, and why not sell it? So the used market is going to also put pressure on the new market, and then we're seeing that because vendors, for example, aren't being bought by dealers. That's something else that Steve from Boston also talked about. Go check out Steve from Boston's show. Yeah. But anyway, I got to go.
Okay.
So hope you
Later,
guys have a good one, you all. Once again,
had a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on, Laz.
Yeah,
it was
it's very
great.
nice.
It's always great to have.
Good show.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's great to have you guys on. And then next week, we'll try to
Nice
get
talk.
back to talking more music therapy related versus gear, which is therapy, but it's the kind of therapy that maybe not as many people, unless they're gear hoarders like us,
Well,
or
I mean,
guitarists or
the
musicians.
trend
But,
is what it is. There are a lot of people that like to collect gear and stuff, and
right. I mean, it was fun to do it for sure. I enjoyed, it, but at the same time, it kind of just seems silly to have stuff sitting on the wall that no one's playing. I wish I had more time for it, I could see where if you're more closer to retirement, like G. Butchnoff or somebody like that, you got a little more time, or Robbie's not working. A lot of people
Or
like
you're
Janice,
already retired.
you're not working, or you're already retired like Janice. You have a limited income maybe in some ways, but at the same time, you can on occasion buy like a killer Cort guitar for a few $100, and those things are badass. Yep. So until next time, you guys, we're going to be flying, by the way, Blackjack Guitar. And then when we're in the Mediterranean, we're going to take the ferry from Greece to Santorini. And then we're going to fly back. So there's that one time we're going to be taking we got business class, which is only $10 more, or 10 euros more. And business class has like a upper level, but inside lounge that's amazingly comfy and nice looking, and food and everything. And we thought, heck, for $10 more, that's like the cost of a lunch.
I got caught in the 70s when I was flying home to my parents one time for vacation, and I was up in the lounge, and we all got caught smoking pot in the lounge. So we were all made to go back into our seats. The whole plane was on lockdown because we were instead of getting us arrested.
The good old days when you used to smoke on the airplane, right?
Yeah, smoking. Yeah, we really got in trouble. And my parents waiting on the other side of the world,
my God,
the country, waiting for me, and we were escorted out.
Yeah.
I got a smoking habit just because of a place I used to work at let us smoke inside, and we all just were smoking and playing cards and drinking, and it was just like it built a lot of bad habits. It was fun.
I grew up with a smoker family, so my mom smoked in the house. She was holding a baby while smoking a cigarette, and probably feeding a baby.
I quit in 1980.
I know,
I quit smoking in 1980, but
I quit too a long time ago. Yeah, I quit and started up again, and then I quit again. But I haven't smoked in over 12, 13
I'll never
years.
do it again.
Yeah, and I didn't smoke much either. I was like a very social smoker. If I was around other people that smoked, I would. If I wasn't around, if I was with non-smokers, they didn't even know I smoked. because I didn't smoke around them. So yeah, I didn't have to have one after a meal or the other thing. I basically, when it was more
I
of a
got bumped to
social
first. I got bumped to
social
first
thing
class
for me.
that time,
Yeah.
so that was really cool. Until it wasn't cool.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, you want to see a picture of friends of mine that were over here yesterday? We were actually talking about cigarettes, and we'll
Sure.
end it on this. It's kind of funny. They were talking about how my friend Al. I made some pisco sours. Check this out, Brent. First time making pisco sours, came out pretty good. So that's my buddy.
Oh, cool.
That's my buddy Al and his sweetie Carmen. A little fuzzy. There we go. Came out pretty good, right? So let me swipe to the. But he was
Nice
saying
furniture
something about
too.
how he thought it would. Because Carmen used to smoke, and he was talking about how she would be sexy as a smoker, So I have this fake cigarette that looks like a lit cigarette, but it's not. I think Brent's seen it in the room.
It's got a hole in the insides to smoke pot with.
No. It's just like a fake cigarette. It's like a
Okay.
gag thing. There you go. See, it even looks like it's lit, right?
Right.
It's like a gag thing. So here's Al pretending to. Oh, they're handing it off. There you go.
Oh, they look like nice people.
Oh, they're super great. Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, when you were cool, you would hold it like this, And then we were joking about the different ways people would hold the cigarette back in the day. The ones that hold it like this, then the ones that hold it like this. Anyway, it was funny. So I gave it to him. I says, you can go have some fun pretending that you're having one afterwards,
Don't encourage them though. They may end up
No.
doing
It's
the
not
real
like
thing again.
no, not at all. It's just silliness. But yeah, it's not even plastic. It's actually like the real thing. But then at the end, it has this like little,
Oh,
it's like
okay.
shines. It doesn't have a light in it or nothing like that. It's just like it's reflective and it reflects light in a way that's almost like crystals or something. But it looks like a lit cigarette. It's amazing. Yeah, but I gave it to him. I got it in LA. Remember when we were down there? We went to that candy store, Brent. What was that place called? That
I don't
soda
remember what it's
shop
called.
place?
Yeah, it's a vintage
Grady's or
soda.
Brady's or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Grady's. Yeah. Anyway, we got to go there again because I'm out of those now. All right, you guys. Until next time, man. Rock on. We went extra long, half hour long or more. And sorry, we
okay.
started late, and I think we get the volumes. We'll do a little better job of trying to get the volumes of everyone
I think
before
once
the
we
show.
adjusted Janice, I think we're all right.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
that's if we come onto a pre-show for ourselves a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I know. I came in late again. Yeah. It's terrible. Anyway, until next time, you guys rock on and go check out Pete Thorne's show today. And then later on, Johnny Bean's show. And then, of course, Metal Head Hippie does his Sunday show, right?
Yeah.
Hang out with the friends if you can. I'm going to be busy taking pictures and doing stuff, but maybe I'll have some of that going on in the background. And yeah, got to go do that now. So look for my shop on Reverb. Do they do this, Brent? I was going to ask you. Can you set up like a page on YouTube that's like your shop? Like you can have multiple things on there that people can look at to buy? Or is it just
On what?
one ad at
On
a time?
Reverb?
On Reverb.
Yeah, you have a shop. If you just listing something there, you automatically have a shop.
Yeah. So I want to create a shop where people can see that I have more than one item for sale and they can look at, oh, he's got other stuff. And I'm going to call it Music Therapy Labs Gear and Guitar Lounge. Because I like the word lounge. I think it sounds good.
Like a lounge singer.
Well, it's going to be like, most of the stuff is not cheap junk. It's high-end stuff for the most part, or good quality stuff, right? And so you figure the lounge is where you find the good stuff, right? It's not like
I'm lounging right now.
Guitar garage doesn't sound as good as the guitar lounge. That's what I'm saying.
This is how I listen to Blamage. I'm not over here like this, go crazy, listen to that beautiful sound.
That sounds great. I could use a little just listening to some music like that. I was listening to Van Halen last week.
You gotta check them out, man.
Yeah, I keep sending me links. Oh, right on, Ben. That's also going to be cool. Ben's got Steve from Boston on as a guest tonight too, so check that out, you guys. Yeah, check out here. How do I do that? Let me do that. Create a banner. Check out Ben Coombs with Steve from Boston, previously Pixie.
Rick Beato just went live.
I got lyrics too that from Blamage. I got an AZ lyrics, and there's it's just so fantastic. This one,
Tonight
what's
at
your
like
name?
5 tonight.
What's your name? Look up
What's your
that one. What's your name?
Okay.
Live, Blamage.
I'll look it up. Look, what's
Oh.
your name? Live Blamage.
What's your
Okay,
name?
here we go. Here you go. There we go. Check out Ben Coombs with Steve from Boston.
That just reminded me of what the oh shoot, who wrote it?
What?
ZZ Top? Or is it no, it's probably
What song?
What's your name?
Oh,
Little
that song.
girl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
What's
yeah.
your name? That was the first thing that came to mind.
And there's also the oldie one.
You're the same,
Right?
little girl.
What's your
I
name?
can't think of it.
Is it?
Oh, CC. That's going to be expensive to ship to
Sue,
Texas, or
what's
where you
your
at?
name? Do I stand a chance with you?
Right?
It's so hard to find a personality like yours. Yours to me. And that's the song. You gotta. It's a
Yeah.
really old one. I can't really remember all the words, but
That would be
I
expensive
can't-
to ship. I don't know if you want to pay for shipping on that thing, but I have to get
Skinner,
it fixed.
that's right, William. That's why that's the one I was trying.
Skinner. I was gonna say, isn't it Skinner?
I
But
couldn't remember if it was Skinner or they're the
well,
same.
this
thing.
is definitely not
They're
Skinner.
we ended the
Not
show like
Skinner at
5
all.
times already, by the way. All right, I gotta go.
Okay.
Oh, Albus Band. Aaron wants to FaceTime me, so I'm gonna FaceTime with him real quick too and see what's going on.
Okay.
Right on. All right, you guys. Yeah, I don't
We'll
know
see
if
you
I'm gonna
guys.
sell the Iconic because it's just gonna be a pain to ship. So that might have to be a local pickup if I do. But I'm not planning on selling that. So yeah.
Well, have a good
I
day,
think you could
everybody.
probably get those at a good price right now. Yamaha.
See you,
EVH.
Janice.
Oh, they're calling me already. I gotta go. All right, later, you guys.
Rock on, everybody.
Ciao.
Ciao.